welcome to day 2 of my mule adventure. So the reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to get a mule done for Bendigo Open Studios 2025. So it's running from the 10th, 11th and 12th of October in Bendigo, Victoria, Australia. I'll put the website down below, and you can pick these up in certain places in Bendigo, like St Valentine's in View Street. I've dropped some over to the Foundry Art Space in Echuca, and tomorrow I'll drop some in the art shop in Castlemaine. But I will put a link in the description so you can actually have a look at all the artists. And there's quite a few artists and big variety: ceramic artists, jewellery, sculptors, painters, digital artists, street artists. So it's quite fascinating. So if you saw my first video on day 1, I had a play with these spray cans and I didn't have any idea what I was doing. Anyway, I did have an issue with the caps leaking, and I wasn't 100% happy with this particular cap because I wanted thinner lines, and that might be because of the cap or might be me of lack of experience, I don't know. But anyway, I ordered some more caps. So what I'll do is go through the caps. You just got to remember when you get the cans to take this black rubber thing out, otherwise it's not going to work. So I will start with the actual cap that you get on the can. It does pay to wear a mask. You don't have to, if you're outside like this, you don't have to get the whole, expensive mask. Just a simple mask that you might have left over from COVID is enough, because you certainly can smell it when you're spray painting, and it's probably not so good to be breathing. You do need to shake the good and better. Shake it, baby, shake it. I don't know, maybe I'm improving a little bit. You do have to keep it moving, otherwise you get these sort of blobby bits, which sometimes end up being dripping all over the place. So that's the cap that's actually on the can, and I'll try the next one, the blue dot. I know these all look back to front to you, but what I'll do is I'll take a photo of this board and the examples, which just keep in mind, a disclaimer, that some of these, I haven't used these caps at all, so I'm not sure whether the outcome is as a result of the cap or me being not so experienced with using spray paint. That seems to be a lot broader, which I think that's what the blue dot's supposed to do, is have a broader spray. Also, in between changing caps, I've actually turned it upside down and sprayed out the rest of the paint to make sure the nozzle is clear. I'm going to try the next one, level 1, which is a light green with a grey dot. The level 1, I think you look like it must come out a lot quicker because you have a more solid opaque colour compared to the blue dot, which I think would be useful when you want to do gradations or 3D looking forms. And the line is a lot better, or either that, I'm just getting better at moving the can across and it's looking a bit better. I'm going to try level 2, which is a green cap with a black dot. So the spray on this one is actually a lot wider than this one, and has more gradation in that. So I think that'll be good for doing gradations. Not as much as the blue dot one. Blue dot's definitely more fuzzier. Anyway, so I'll try the next one, which is level 4. It's light green with a white dot. Well, that definitely came out a lot broader than the other ones and a lot quicker because I've actually got little splashes here. So when you're using this one, you'd have to move your hand a lot more quicker than maybe some of these ones. Otherwise you're going to get your dribbles. Alright, so the next one I'm going to do is a red calligraphy one, which is a red cap with a protruding black dot, and I'll show you what I mean. Ooh. That was definitely broader. Actually, I'm going to have another go at this. That's what I thought. It's broad this way, but more narrow this way. So that's what's called calligraphy. So just imagine if you're doing some lettering, you would get a broad bit and a thinner bit. So the next one is the fine needle one, which is red with a white protruding nozzle, and I'll show you that too. Well, that came out a lot quicker than the others. I suppose it's understandable because it just goes into a little straw kind of thing. So that means you'd have to move it really quickly. Even when you got close to it, I still managed to get all this sort of splattering. It's not like a sharp edge. I'm not sure whether that's the nozzle or my lack of experience using it. But anyway, that's the rundown of the cats I've got. I'll take a photograph of that. Also notice that the paint isn't that opaque. So when I've got the writing, you actually see the writings behind it. So it's a bit transparent in that way, which I suppose if you put layers of paint, you can actually get different colours, and that's the case, a bit like watercolour. So what I'm going to do is have a go at doing my mural and using some of these caps. Well, this is the mess I created in day one trying to use the spray cans. Definitely an eyesore. But the point of this is that the good thing about art, you can get out of your comfort zone, experiment, create a mess, and you don't get arrested. Nope. And the sky doesn't fall down. Nope. So no human, living creature, plant has been harmed from me doing this. Except it might hurt your eyes when you're looking at it. And the canvas might have something to complain about. So what I'm going to try and do now is, I have Pegasus here, which looks absolutely dreadful. It's far too heavy, and so I'm going to fix that Pegasus today. So I have a reference. I photocopied this to give me a reference on how Pegasus looks with the wings and everything. Obviously it looks nothing like what I've got at the moment. So my mission today is to try and get Pegasus looking the way I want it. At the moment I think the wing is far too big. And I'll just be happy if I manage to get Pegasus looking okay with spray cans. say some things that I like, because the reason why I wanted to use spray cans is I kind of like this gradation thing that you can get from spraying and just having the layers. And just here, and I've just realised I've got the white can was dripping and I've just got it all down here, so I've got to fix it up later. I ended up buying some blue paint and made some light blue because I didn't have light blue in the spray can, and I suppose that is that was going to box up to that. You've got to remember to put it upside down. So that's, I suppose, is the disadvantage of spray cans, although I think if you got more experience you could probably do thin layers on each other, a bit like watercolour or pastel, and maybe get a lighter blue. I ended up making a light blue paint to lighten this up a bit because I just thought it was too heavy. It's still got a long way to go. I'm not sure whether I'm going to finish it for Open Studios, but I'll persist. I've got a new respect for people who use spray cans because it's a lot harder than what it looks. So what I'll do is I'll put in the description some YouTube channels that I've been watching, which will be helpful. The Open Studio website, so you can check that out, and I'll probably do another video. I'm not sure, I'm going to put a goddess down here, but I don't think I'll be using spray paint for that. I'll just use paint, and I've got this dragon here which I've sort of covered, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that yet. So I'll have a little think about that, and also lots of things I need to fill in because the chalk hasn't rubbed off. I have to paint over that and all over this bit as well. I've got flat white, ceiling white because it's flat, but it looks really white there. But when you put it on there, it doesn't look so white. So this white is really a really cool white, where I think this white is a warm white. And so stay tuned and see how I go in the next video, and if I can rescue this mural, it will be interesting.